friends, and welcome to the first vlog on this channel. Today, me and my husband are having a cute little bookish date afternoon. He currently just walked into the barber shop and it's gonna get looking all cute and spiffy for us, and then we are gonna go to Cabo Bob's for lunch, which is in Austin. I think it's an Austin thing. I live in Austin, and it's like if Chipotle or Moe's or any of those kind of places was actually good. Hot take, I know, but it's so yummy. I'll show you whenever we get there, and then we're gonna go to Half Price Books. We're gonna go Barnes & Noble. We'll do a little book haul, and it'll be a great, wonderful, magical time. Very excited to see where the day takes us. I do have my Kindle with me. This is my bag. So fun. I have my Kindle with me. And I'm currently reading for a blind dates with a book video. What I am reading, Keeping 13 currently. So I'm gonna read some of this while he is in the barbershop. And then I think we're gonna immediately get lunch after that because it is about noon. It's 11:52. So I'm hungry. I'm sure he's hungry. Current plan is we're gonna go get lunch, and we'll probably go to Half Price Books first because it's closer to the Cabo Bob's that we're going to. And then we'll probably go to Barnes.
Alright, folks, here's the juicy haircut. Looking good, dude, looking good.
Why don't you introduce yourself, seeing as I've never met you?
Oh yeah, this is a new YouTube channel. Oh my god, it's your boy Chris. I'm Hannah's hubby. Yeah, we just got a new haircut. It's looking juice-tastic. I told her, give me the Brad Pitt from Fury. And yeah, she kind of cooked.
Did she know what that meant, or did you have to show her a picture?
I showed her a picture.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah, for sure. On our way to Cabo Bob's.
Duh.
Yeah.
What are you gonna get?
The fish burrito, obviously. It's the best thing that they got with extra cabbage, dude.
I always get, so I walk in and they just know me there. They're like, nachos, get them up, get them ready, prepare them. She's getting nachos.
It's actually kind of crazy. They don't even look at her. They just go, nachos?
And I'm like, yup. And then I have my girl who works there. Her name is Brianna. Love her. She like knows my order. She's like, black beans and pinto beans, no meat. And I'm like, yup. And then I get grilled onions, queso, raw onion, lettuce, sour cream, and it's so good. Their chips are like thicker, so they like don't get soggy underneath the toppings, which is obviously the biggest issue with nachos. And they also have a bunch of really weird sodas there, but like the only normal soda that they have is Diet Coke, and honestly, I think that's fake. We've made it, and the tree is blocking my shot. We've made it to the good old Cabo Bob's burritos. We're gonna chow down. We also get a free one today. They have like a punch card, and our punch card is filled, so it's a cheap date. Bad news, my least favorite worker is here who skimps on the toppings, but this bag was the talk of the town. They had to like bring other employees over to come see it, but here are my nachos. They smell so good, and I can't wait to dig on in. And I told them to give me extra onion, so I'm gonna smell like shit.
I got the fish burrito, and Hannah makes fun of me for it all the fucking time, and she says I'm gross, but it's delicious, and I don't care.
Bone apple tea, baby. Plus our Diet Cokes. Refills are only 99 cents. I don't really know what happened here.
It's just turned into a really big soft taco at this point, I think.
We're at Half Price Books. This is not my favorite Half Price Books, but it's the one that's like on the way. And I do have to work today, so I'm not trying to go like mega out of the way. Also, a couple of weeks ago, Chris and I tried going to this other Half Price Books, and tell me how it was just closed due to the heat. It's Texas. We all have AC. It was very weird, but... Box is where my like profile picture is taken, but something cool about this store is they do have like a bunch of new books, and they are cheaper. Like I'll take Powerful for example, it's only $12 instead of like full price, or even like this hardcover Ruthless Vows brand new, 16 instead of 20. So it's always nice to like look around at their new books and see if you can find anything you want. because it is a much cheaper price. This is a really cool cover. Quite enjoy that. I have this book, but the fact that all of the characters have the same names as the characters in that Amanda Bynes movie really drives me nuts. The new section isn't huge, but it's always fun to look through.
Hi, it's your boy, Chris. So I'm a little different than Hannah, and I am more of like a sci-fi fantasy kind of guy. So I'm here in the sci-fi section. Ready Player One of my favorite books. I don't really have like an idea of what I'm doing right now. I'm just kind of looking around, and if I see something, I see something, you know?
I always like to peep the YA section because sometimes I like to read YA to like get out of a reading slump, and their YA books are so cheap. So cheap. I'm trying to find like a good example of something I would even consider getting. So much Harry Potter. Like here, for example, like the Selection series, $6 for each book, which is a bargain. Of course, I read the first book in that series, but I'm not continuing it and did not really like it. But yeah, nothing I think I need over here, but still fun to look at.
Ooh, I've been thinking about picking up The Witcher because I absolutely am in love with all of the games, some of my favorite video games of all time. But unfortunately, I don't think they have the first book in the series, which is kind of sad. Unlucky.
I usually start in the mystery section, but there's a lot of people in there. So we're starting in the romance section. I'm not looking for anything in particular. There's a lot of Lauren Asher, like the Dreamland Billionaire books. A lot of Alana Armis. Some Sarah Adams, but I already have like all of her books. Some Catherine Centers that I already have. Nothing on this first chunk of shelves. All of these are romance, so that's not so bad. Let's see. Nothing's really calling out to me at the moment. I just bought so many new books, so I feel like I have so many. I'm also gonna be looking for some like good Christmas books. So if you have any ideas, or just holidays in general, I don't care what holiday it is, just some winter holidays stuff would be great. I have read this. It was not that good. This book is very underrated. Highly recommend it. And just like the price, it is like $8, $9 for most paperbacks. And then like this hardcover is only $15, and it's quite a newer book. I read this book. This is technically the first book in the series, or no, those are the same ones. There's a different one that's like the first book in the series that I did not read because I got the second one in Book of the Month, which my Book of the Month code will always be down below if you want to sign up. I have Nowhere Goes Off script, I believe. To be honest, I ate a lot of cheese today with that lunch, and I am lactose intolerant. This book sucked. You can see why it's here. I really love the cover though, but it was not good at all. Nora Roberts makes me think of my mother. She loved Nora Roberts books. Why is this in the romance section? I'm not sure about that. I have it, but I don't think it's romantic.
Folks,
Wow,
we're
I'm
back.
really short.
Just grow, dude. But we're leaving now. Unfortunately, I did not find anything. Hannah did not find anything either.
This one's kind of meh. It's quite small, I feel like, compared to a lot of Asper's books. Like,
I feel like I'm also very picky about the covers, because I feel like if I go to a used bookstore, people will like de-haul their older copies of books in replace of like new ones, and I'm kind of like, I don't really like the style of like the old covers that much. Maybe that's just me.
I think it's more so the types of books, because you read a lot of like things that have become movies and stuff, and I feel like it's a lot of the movie covers here.
Yeah.
The books that I read, that's not really my reality, but I understand what you were saying.
Yeah, I was explaining to them I'm more of like a sci-fi fantasy type girly, and you're...
Yeah, girl.
A lot of the older fantasy sci-fi covers are kind of whack.
Also, a question for you guys. I mainly read thrillers and romance. I was telling Chris, like, I think my number one favorite genres is like thriller / like sometimes going a little bit into horror is like my number one genre. But I would rather do absolutely anything than watch a scary movie. not happening. So like the way I like the type of like books I read does not translate through media. I like watching like fantasy movies. I do like watching like rom-coms, so that like fits in line with reading like romance books. Literally, you will not catch me watching something spooky ever.
I feel like my reading taste is very much up my alley with just like generally all media. Yeah, like I'm very nerdy, love video games, so like I've been playing video games my whole life, so it makes sense that I like reading sci-fi fantasy because that's basically what video games are most of the time.
Different booktubers that I've been watching will talk about how some of them can like visualize what they're reading in their mind and some people can't. And I do not like if they're like talking about a character, in my head they don't look like anything. Like I don't have a picture of what they're supposed to look like in my head. So I think maybe that's why I'm like good reading thrillers and like scary books, because I don't picture it. But when I'm like watching it on TV or like on a movie, like it's right there. And that's extra scary.
When I read, because I read slow, I envision like the dialogue being talked out. I envision the scene in my head.
So let us know. Do you envision what you're reading? I have a very hard time with that. All of this is mystery, and it's literally not all of it. There's like more aisles, which is crazy. These books are fun. I've read like a couple of them, not like in order, but I like that there's recipes in them. Such like a fun concept. And I have made stuff from one of them. I made this like cheese ball, and it was actually really, really good. I have this. My friend Emily wants me to read it. This has been on my like considered picking up for a while. Maybe I'll grab it. It's only $13. And the pink is really cute, so this is an option. The main character in this book's name is Vesper, and that immediately is gonna annoy me, so I'm not getting that. But yeah, I'm just gonna peruse around here. So far looking like nothing I have to have. I'm also quite a fan of like books that come from the fiction section, but I feel like I'm overwhelmed by the amount of different things in this section, so if you have any suggestions, let me know. Another cool thing they have is like collectibles, like first edition Iron Flame and one in Italian, which is super cool. But there's always like really cool, like old books. Sometimes you can find like signed copies of like newer books. But it's always fun to peek around in here. And then if you have the patience to look through the clearance, like a lot of these books are like $2 or $3, but it's not my journey. Barnes is quite busy, so this is embarrassing, but I didn't know I don't really like this book, but the edges are cute. I didn't know it came out on paperback. We're at Barnes. At Barnes, I tend to stick to the buy one get one 50% off situation, because otherwise the store is overpriced. So that'll be the journey for more. These edges are really cool. I don't want to read this. I can already tell by the way it looks, but the edges are cool. Hop through the new books. Like I said, not that I will buy any of these, but you know, I just can't rationalize $30 for one book personally. So I DNF'd tomorrow and tomorrow and tomorrow. I don't get it. Love this book. It's my current Roman Empire. Also, who is reading this? So I hate these type of pages. Ugh. Kind of wild. The other Barnes I went to recently, like I got this book at buy one 50% off, so I'm not really sure why it's not here. I feel like that's so weird that like all the different stores are so different. Like all of these books were on the buy one get one 50% off at the other Barnes, so like that's annoying. I literally just want to go to the other Barnes because like I got this for buy one get one 50% off. I got this for buy one 50% off. Like they just had such a better selection. I didn't realize how like different it was from store to store, but I feel like it's really cringe. And it's making me mad and not want to buy anything. I got Wild Love for buy one get one 50% off. I hate it here.
Hey, it's your boy Chris. I was looking at Robin Hobb. They don't have the freaking first book, dude.
So listen.
Why?
Listen.
What? I'm listening.
I got a wild take.
Okay, what?
gosh, I'm gonna just go to the Round Rock Barnes & Noble because it's better than this one. And it's only 13 minutes away.
So, Barnes & Noble number 2?
Okay, this Barnes is less of a vibe on the outside, but more of a vibe on the inside. There's also one really big Barnes that's like by Trader Joe's. I'll take you guys to sometimes. That has 2 floors. That's pretty epic.
Well, Hannah was onto something. They have a book 1 of the Farseer trilogy by Robin Hobb. Pretty sure I'm gonna be picking this up.
I considered getting this last time, but it has really bad reviews on Goodreads, which is sad. This looks cool. Ugh. Spooky, spooky books. I hate the permanent stickers. That shit pisses me right on off.
Okay, I think this is the only fantasy book I'm gonna get today. I'm gonna try to switch it up and get a couple different genres, I think. Maybe we check out sci-fi. Maybe we check out horror. Who knows? You know, honestly, I'm not finding anything in the sci-fi section that's really, like, calling my name, which is kind of weird, I think. But also, the sci-fi section's kind of tiny in this Barnes. So, I might go check out the horror section.
I get so mad when a book has such a good cover and it sounds so interesting and it just has horrendous reviews. This is like my perfect aisle. Mysteries on one side, romance on the other. Now looking through the fiction section. Nothing's super striking me as I need to have it though.
Alright, horror section. And I just got escorted by this freaking hottie. What the heck? Alright, yeah, I'm thinking maybe I try out some Stephen King. The only time I've ever read Stephen King was in high school, and it was just one of his short stories called Quitters, Inc. So, I mean, that was okay. And, yeah, I'm down to try some Stephen King. Maybe not something that's like 1,500 pages, but, you know.
Something that's quite confusing is like, for example, Mad Honey is on a different table with that one getting 50% off, and then like over here it's not, so like that doesn't really make much sense to me. Go peruse YA currently. My tummy hurts. Okay guys, I'm gonna turn the car on.
Yeah, I was gonna say, turn the car on because I'm starting to sweat, baby.
Sorry about the air, you're just gonna have to deal with it.
Apologies if it's loud, but I would like to not sit in a hot car in the sun.
Okay, so I got 5 books and Chris got 4 books. Okay, so the first least exciting book that I got Keeping 13 because I'm reading it right now and want the physical copy. I also was watching a video and a girl was reading, like, she's Australian and she had the Australian copies and they're like not that floppy tiny text, and these books are like this big.
Oh.
Sorry about that. Or like really, really big, but yeah, so I picked up Keeping 13.
So, the thing that I knew I wanted to buy today...
It's so ugly.
Huh?
Those are so ugly.
It's not the best cover, I'll be honest, but I knew I wanted to try out Robin Hobb, The Assassin's Apprentice. First in the series. I've been watching a lot of Reagan, aka The Peruse Project, as per your recommendation. She's a fantasy girly.
And an Austen girly.
Oh, is she?
Yeah.
I did not know that. Shout out to Austin, baby. But she's obsessed with Robin Hobb, so she talks very highly of it, so I am excited. I don't know much about it, except for the main character's name is Fitz, and he trains to be an assassin. That's all I know.
So right up your alley.
Yeah, and I'm excited.
Next, I picked up Love Light Farms by B.K. Borison because Andrea really has been hyping up this author. And from what I know, it's like a series, and they all take place in different seasons, and this is like the winter/Christmas one, so probably won't read it until the Holly Jolly Times, aka like next month, but I'm excited about it. I don't really know anything. It says 2 best friends fake date. I love fake dating to reach their holiday happily ever after in this first romantic comedy in the Love Light series. So that sounds right up my alley.
Okay. My idea today was I didn't want to just get one genre. I kind of wanted to expand. And I've never read Stephen King, so picked up one of his books, Pet Sematary. I feel like this is one of his more popular books. I was going through a couple different Stephen Kings. I was looking at The Gunslinger. I was looking at Shawshank Redemption. Didn't know that was even a book. It's one of my favorite movies, though.
So you didn't pick Cujo or whatever. Because you love to dogs so much.
I do love dogs, but I figured I'll just pick like a horror book because that's what he's good at, right? So I went with Pet Cemetery.
I did get 2 books for the buy one get 50% off. I've been wanting this book, and it's called Tangled Up in You by Christina Lauren. It was buy one get one 50% off. She has a dream, he has a plan. Together they'll take a leap of faith, and I'm pretty sure this is like a Rapunzel retelling. And I just think it's super
Interesting.
cute.
Next up, we have the sci-fi, and I went with Red Rising. Oh, yeah, buy one get one 50% off, of course. Yeah, this is like Hunger Games in space. Hunger Games is cool. Space is cool. Seems like a good combo.
For my other half of my buy one get one 50% off, I got Off to the Races by Elsie Silver, which is part of the first book in the Gold Ranch series. I also have the first book in the Wild Love series, but I just love these new covers. I think they're really, really cute. I'm not sure that I will love this because the first sentence, like the little tiny blurb, says he's never had a problem keeping things professional with his employees until she waltzed into his property. And I don't really love a workplace romance, but I've heard really good things about the series. Worst comes to worst, it'll be mailed to my sister for Christmas.
All right, and the fourth and final book for me, back to the fantasy genre, back to an author that I'm currently reading, Tress of the Emerald Sea by Brando Sando, my man, my homie.
Brandy Sandy.
Quickly becoming a fan of his. I'm reading Mistborn right now, and I'm absolutely loving it. I figured, why not just I needed a buy one, get one free book, so...
50% off.
What did I say?
Free.
Oh, buy one, get one 50% off. And this is just a one-off book of his, and I said, why the frick not, dude?
Chris also has like a complex about series, so I feel like you're also just excited that it's not a series.
Yeah. Main character is a girl named Tress who lives on an island in the middle of a sea, and she like goes out into the sea to explore the world, and it's kind of like the adventure that she goes on. It seems pretty fun.
I don't know if this is like 100% true. I heard it from a different booktuber that he originally wrote this story just for his wife, and his wife said it was so good he had to publish it.
That's actually kind of cute. I like
but
that.
But it wasn't originally going to be published. It was just for her.
But yeah, that's my last book.
My last book is Haunted by Darcy Coates. I picked up Ghost Camera by her as well. It's like her newer book, but I was looking at all of her books in the horror section, and this one has like really good reviews. It says her disappearance wasn't an accident. Her rescue will be a mistake. Sounds spooky.
Wow. Wow. Good book haul. Good book haul.
I think we'll end this video here. Thank you guys so much for watching.
Thanks. Appreciate you guys.
And we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.